So I had a lot of conversations this week with a lot of people that were screaming at me, RedSec is not Battlefield, why is it getting all the resources and attention from Battlefield Studios when multiplayer needs more maps and more content? And I'm like, guys, you guys realize that RedSec is the least updated mode from all three modes we have right now, right? You do realize that, right? And I'm sorry, RedSec is Battlefield as it gets. And with that, we finally got our first ever official ranked mode in Battlefield. Ranked mode, Battlefield RedSec ranked mode, I guess let's call it that. So we played it. We're only silver right now, but there's a good reason, so I'll talk about it later. The good, the bad, the ugly, and more importantly, does he have a future? Does he have a future? Does Battlefield ranked mode, especially in Battle Royale, has a future? So grab a drink, grab a snack, let's talk about Battlefield for an hour. Welcome to Battlefield 1 Podcast. Enjoy the show.
But then when you've got Angel screaming, Angel does it again. And
that was something, right?
That was something.
I'm sorry, you cancelled the support for the game a month ago.
Why would they even host a trade?
I don't know.
And I sit down and he picks up one donut and eats it. So you want to like QA games?
When the rubber meets the road, they're gonna be like, oh my god, I don't like seeing Mario get his skull smashed.
Oh, I would love
It
to see
doesn't
that.
work.
I would love to
Yeah,
see
that's
that.
it.
So of course, first and foremost, thank you guys for joining us for another episode of Battlefield 1 Podcast. My name is Tom, also known as TheLankySoldier. I'm your host of this godforsaken show. Sometimes I have friends here, sometimes I have guests, but this time around I'm by myself. So we talk about Battlefield here, so thank you guys for joining for another episode. Thank you guys for choosing us to be your weekly entertainment about Battlefield. And thank you our Patreon supporters. Without you, this show would not exist. Patreon.com/TheLankySoldier for your early access, extra content, extra episodes. I hit my mic, I'm so sorry. So extra content, early access, all the good stuff on Patreon for your patrons and everything. Like, thank you guys for supporting us. Thank you guys for everything. Thank you guys for enjoying the show, all the good stuff, and thank you guys for supporting. Patreon.com/TheLankySoldier. Like I said, without you, this show would not exist. Use a free trial. Seriously, guys, if you use a free trial, I believe our content is good enough. But there's free trial is there for a reason. So yeah, thank you guys for everything. Thank you so much. And like I said, I mentioned last episode, we're gonna be hitting a new milestone very, very soon. So I can't be more excited about that. Can't be more excited. So thank you guys for everything. I will not be here without you and without our Patreon supporters. Thank you so much. And of course, if you listen to this on audio platforms like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Audible, Amazon Music, wherever, please leave a rating. It does help other people to discover the podcast. It helps other people to discover, like, oh, there's a podcast about Battlefield. I want to listen to that. It helps us out. So thank you guys for everything. And before we continue with all the Battlefield conversations, I just want to thank you about the feedback that we got on the latest Patreon video. It was a 30-minute long video of us, like all the moments we had in Battlefield RedSec in the last 6 months. And people are reacting to the video very nicely and very positively. So thank you guys so much. So use a free trial, whatever. I don't care. It's fine. You need to go watch the video because it was 1 terabyte of footage that had to be squeezed into 30 minutes. And yeah, people reacting to that video really positively. I'm so glad. So thank you guys so much. So check out Patreon. So patreon.com/TheLankySoldier. So yeah, let's talk about Battlefield. Let's talk about Battlefield RedSec ranked mode. Let's just go straight to the topic. So like I said, I had loads of conversations this week, I've been having this conversation with some people and loads of people, just loads of people in the last 6 months, and the main general idea why Battlefield RedSec exists in the first place, why they're putting all the resources in RedSec when they could put some more extra resources into multiplayer. I'm like, I don't think you guys realize how that works, how game development works, all that kind of stuff. So I'm just gonna say this. I've been having this conversation for 6 months now with everyone, like the people that are like, oh, why do you care about RedSec? Well, because RedSec is fucking fun. Because RedSec is fun, and without RedSec, Battlefield 6 would now have 1.5 million weekly players every week. Like, if listen to the last episode where we talk about player numbers, because PlayStation's showing how many players are playing each game, and Battlefield is in the top 10 most played games on the planet. And do you think it's just purely for multiplayer? No, it's not. It's from RedSec too, because of free-to-play players, people that enjoy the Battle Royale, all that kind of stuff. Because, listen, I know for a lot of, people, like, especially from the Battlefield community, I'm sorry, but multiplayer is boring. Like, after you achieve everything in multiplayer, like, you get your badges, or whatever the case may be, or you reach a certain level, or you unlock some weapons, or whatever the case may be, or just been playing Battlefield for 10 plus years, there's nothing there for you long term. It's just the nature of the typical Battlefield multiplayer. Without RedSec, we would not have 1.5 million players on a weekly basis on just PlayStation alone. We would not. So, also for the franchise to survive, in long term, you can't make the same game just with a different skin for 10 plus years or 15 plus years, right? You can't. You have to evolve. Now, I agree that the Battle Royale genre is saturated, don't get me wrong, but it's still one of the most played modes out there in the gaming market right now. Like, it's established genre. That's the thing. It's established. It's kind of hard to compete in an established genre. When you have your big boys, you have your Fortnites, you have your PUBGs and Warzones, all that kind of stuff, right? But Battlefield need to do something to compete with other games. You need to offer some sort of free-to-play element, because multiplayer alone is not going to cut it. Yeah, it will sell, it will sell as it sell back in 2025, being the best-selling game in the last 3 years. That's fine. But when it comes to retention, what's next? Okay, you play multiplayer for a little bit. Let's say you put 50 hours in multiplayer. Okay, what's next? You achieved everything you want in multiplayer. You played every map, you played every gun, whatever the case may be, right? You level up some stuff. And what are you playing for? What are you playing for? Especially if you've been playing Battlefield games for 10 plus years, you already seen all this, what Battlefield 6 can offer. You experienced that in Battlefield 3, you experienced it in Battlefield 4, you experienced that in Battlefield 1 and 5 and 2042 even. Heck, if Battlefield community was in charge of what they want in the next Battlefield game, or how they want their Battlefield game, 2042 will be their perfect and educated way of making Battlefield. That will be their Battlefield. Because, of course, every Battlefield player will be like, we need more players, we need more chaos, we need this and this, and Battlefield 2042 will be their game. They will never admit it. They will never admit it that 2042 was their perfect Battlefield game, because that's what community usually wants. They want big maps, they want chaos and military stuff, and sometimes a bit of realism in there and there. And like, yeah, you should never listen to Battlefield community what they want, because I think who said it? I was listening to some podcast. I can't remember which podcast it was, but I think it was like, I forgot his name. The guy that made the car brand Ford, right? Well, I know his last name is Ford, but I think he said, like, if you listen to the customers what they want, they will get a horse while they were making a car, something like that. So it's something like that. In that, I'm paraphrasing here, but something like that. If they listen to the customer, so if they listen to the Battlefield community, what they will want a horse. Well, Battlefield Studios were making a car. Now, of course, it's not the same. It's not. They're not making some revolutionary thing that will change gaming forever. But I'm just saying that for the franchise to evolve and survive, like actually survive and compete against the big boys non-fucking stop, you need to evolve. You need to change with times and everything. You can't do the same thing over and over again until you have nothing else in you. You kind of need to evolve. So Battlefield having a Battle Royale, like I say, 10 years ago, I was against Battle Royales like everyone else. Like, Battlefield doesn't need a Battle Royale. Why that's not Battlefield. Battlefield doesn't need a Battle Royale. It's a waste of time. Like, no, I want Battlefield. I want Battlefield to be Battlefield. That opinion for me changed when I started playing other games. That's the thing. Lots of Battlefield community players, like the Battlefield community, the hardcore Battlefield community, they don't play other games other than Battlefield, so they have no idea what kind of greener pastures you can experience by playing other games. And when I say other games, I played Fortnite, I played Warzone, I played PUBG, I played Counter-Strike, or like whatever the case may be. Like, pick any game you want and just experience what they have to offer. and then you can like, well, wait a minute, this is not too bad. And I'm not talking about just copying what they do. No, I'm just saying like, oh, just to see how they do things differently, and you're gonna like in the process you're gonna enjoy something that you might like if something's different. Like, yeah, for example, Call of Duty, everyone is like compared to, you know, oh, it's a battle royale game now or something like that. Oops, dropped my water bottle. It's a battle royale game now. Call of Duty was never a battle royale game to begin with. Call of Duty was always like 6-on-6 multiplayer, and that's it. Until Warzone came out and changed everything, flipped the whole franchise upside down. And that's how you evolve with times, you know. And Warzone was a generational, like once in a generation thing. It's just like game of the decade when it came out, because it's just like it changed everything. Like, I'm like, oh, suddenly like Warzone basically killed multiplayer games for me. Not because how good the Warzone was or whatever, because they had some problems, don't get me wrong. They had some problems. But Warzone existing basically ruined multiplayer games for me. And the fact that Modern Warfare 2019 was so good, and it was basically that, but with the Battle Royale on top, that changed everything for me in terms of multiplayer games, because I'm like, oh, you can have something amazing and big and something meaningful that is not just 6-on-6 multiplayer or Battlefield 32 versus 32 basically arena shooter experiences. And I call Battlefield arena shooters because at the end of the day it is, because you're fighting in a confined space, you're finding a particular space for objectives, and two teams are just fighting each other for that objective. That's arena multiplayer shooter to me. Sure, on a bigger scale, it's not like Halo, because when I say arena shooter, people think, oh, Halo, whatever, or maybe Call of Duty, but it kind of the same premise though. Two teams fighting on an objective in a confined space, and it doesn't matter if it's a big space or a small space. It's that kind of what it is. And the Battle Royale basically flipped everything in terms of that genre, right? Like, when you play a multiplayer game in Battlefield, let's say like me for 15 plus years, 20 years actually, you're gonna reach the point of thinking, I experienced this in Battlefield 3, I experienced this in Battlefield 4, I experienced it in other games, I experienced it in Battlefield 2, whatever the case may be, right? I experienced Battlefield, all these games. Why do you want to experience the same thing over and over again in a new game? No, I want new experiences. I want to evolve. I want my wins or losses to mean something, right? Like when you play multiplayer in Battlefield 6, winning and losing means nothing. It's just pointless. In Battle Royale, in RedSec, at least winning is some sort of reward, and not everyone is gonna get a win. And if you do win, congratulations, you actually worked for that win. You worked for that win. You gave your best to get that win, and that's why it's so important to have some. Sorry, I burped. It's important to have some sort of stakes in the game. So that's why RedSec exists, because it's one to evolve the franchise further, because you don't want the franchise to die, because no one will care about multiplayer, because the majority of mainstream audience doesn't care about multiplayer that much. Like, yeah, they care on a scale that is okay, but the mainstream audience, like, yeah, but what's next thing? What's either for me? You know, like I said, you can be entertained by jets flying above your head so many times before you're gonna get so fucking bored. I have nothing else to play in multiplayer. Yes, I'm enjoying Gold Mode. I'm enjoying, all the new maps that Battlefield 6 added. I am enjoying the new weapons and everything. But at the end of the day, what's the end goal? What I'm trying to achieve in multiplayer that I already haven't achieved. In Battlefield RedSec, at least I have something to fight for, something to get better at, something to like learn from my mistakes and get better. Because that's how I play video games. Like, I play online shooters for the competitiveness, I guess. Because the online shooters by nature are competitive. That's why I'm so annoyed that people like I want to shoot bots or casual. I want casual modes and everything because I don't want to play against sweats. But that's kind of the point, Online shooters always been about playing against real people and try to do better than them. That's kind of been the point of online shooters, and I think it's kind of like losing its meaning as we go forward with time. Like, don't get me wrong, I like, sometimes you need a bit of casualness and stuff. Like, I get you need to find the right balance. You can't just have hardcore competitive shit all the time. I get that, you can't. But by nature, shooters are competitive, and that's the thing. They're all competitive. But yeah, anyway, RedSec exists. It's there to evolve the franchise. And RedSec is fun. Without RedSec, I would not care about this game that much, honestly. Because I achieved everything in Battlefield multiplayer. This show will not be on a weekly basis. Because without RedSec, why is there to talk about? Honestly, why is there to talk about? Like, because at least RedSec, I can do this on a weekly basis to talk about something or have some conversations, talk about my experiences in Battlefield. And RedSec is my most played game mode in Battlefield 6. And yeah, without RedSec, I would not fucking care what's happening in Battlefield 6. Like, okay, I achieved everything. Why, do you want a weapon guide from me? No, you don't want a weapon guide because you will be fucking bored. What's the point of weapon guide? We achieved everything. We have, like, there's nothing to play for in multiplayer. Sure, the ranked multiplayer will come out soon, whenever soon, when we don't know when that soon is, but RedSec is there to keep the game going. Hey, I think I mentioned last episode, 1.5 million players playing Battlefield 6 on PlayStation alone, just on a weekly basis. Why, you think you will have those numbers without RedSec? Hell no. It will not have those numbers without RedSec. They just would, without the free-to-play element, they would not have those numbers whatsoever. Now, of course, it's free-to-play, of course. Just because it's free-to-play doesn't mean people are gonna play it, because it kind of has to be on a good in some shape or form. And RedSec is good for what it is. It has a lot of problems, don't get me wrong, but it exists there for a reason. And that's what Battlefield community has to understand. You kind of have to evolve with times, and if you can't evolve with times, you're just gonna die. Either adapt or die. That's always been that's just life, man. That's just life. That's what I'm trying to say. It's just life. So when people, Battlefield community shits on RedSec just for mentioning RedSec, like, oh, RedSec does this. Well, fuck RedSec. RedSec is not Battlefield. Alright. Okay, Boomer. Continue playing your Battlefield 3s and 4s. We're gonna move to other stuff that is, greener pastures and something more fun and everything to entertain ourselves with a bit more and learn something in the end, while you just be narrow-minded and stay in those games and still think that's what Battlefield is. Well, bruh, Battlefield 3 and 4 is the true Battlefield experience to you. Well, what about people that enjoy Battlefield 2? Or, or 2042, or 1942, or Bad Company 2, whatever the case may be, right? Battlefield is so fucking different. Anyway, it's just, yeah, I'm really tired of sick of Battlefield community, because Battlefield community is just so narrow-minded, so angry, like, oh, this is not Battlefield. Oh, it's Battlefield, alright. It's the Battlefield as it can get. As it can get. But hey, it's outside that comfort zone, and that's the problem. But yeah, so RedSec exists for a reason. It's to evolve the franchise, and I think it evolved the franchise in a good way. And without RedSec, I would not care about Battlefield 6 that much. So I'm glad RedSec exists. And because RedSec exists and has loads of players, we have ranked mode. So before we continue ranked mode, let me talk about myself a little bit. Okay, so you have to understand, as you've been listening to this podcast or whatever, you know how competitive I am. I'm a competitive person. For the last, 5 years, I try to analyze myself and think, okay, why I am so competitive, why I am like this. Why, for example, there's a new game coming out called War Dogs. If you listen to this podcast, you probably heard of the game War Dogs. So I'm not gonna explain what the game is, but 10 years ago, I will probably be very, very excited about this game. But for some reason, I just can't get excited for War Dogs. Looks fun, looks good, looks really interesting, looks like some people already hyping, some Battlefield community members or YouTubers or content creators, whatever, they're already hyping like, oh wow, they understand this, this is like the Battlefield. I'm like, chill guys, chill. I understand, like the pre-hype thing is very strong, I get that, But I'm looking at the game, I'm like, okay, but what's the end goal? What's the point? What are we... Okay, we're gonna get this nice experience. I'm gonna have fun for 30 minutes. What's next? What's the end goal? Because like this thing, the reason I stay on games for a really long time is like, what's the end goal? What I am here in the long run? What I am here for? If I'm playing that game by myself, like 10 years ago, I would be so fucking excited. Like, oh my god, this is what I always wanted. Yeah, 10 years ago, War Dogs would be like fucking revolutionary, best thing ever. These days, why do I care? Why would the... Because like, at the end of the day, what's the end goal? I know it's not gonna have a competitive scene because it's a casual wannabe milsim type of game, right? It's not milsim, but hey, it's like it's in the middle, right, between Battlefield and Arma, right? That type of thing, right? So it's between Battlefield and Arma, right? I'm like, yeah, 10 years ago I would be so fucking excited, but I'm like, I'm not, because what's the fucking end goal? Now, I understand not everyone are thinking the same way, not everyone are competitive as fuck, but the thing is, if I play a multiplayer game, I want to get better at multiplayer games, and I want to win all the fucking time, no matter what. So, for example, I was playing RedSec with Monkey yesterday. We're playing BR, and we finished second 3 times out of 5, and I was so mad at us that, oh, Monkey fucked up there, or I fucked up there, whatever the case may be, right? I was so mad at us that we did not win those games, because I believe we can win those games. I believe we can be the best. I believe we can be one of the good players. Don't get me wrong, we're 30-year-old men, right? We're not gonna be esports ready ever. That's just a fact. We all agree on that. That's fine. But we're good enough to be, in that particular level, at some particular level. Like, yeah, we're good enough to compete. Like, I don't know, some level. We're not gonna be the best. We're never gonna be top 250 players from RedSec. That's never ever happening. No, that's just a fact. But we're good enough to exist like at the masters level, the red tier, whatever, like before the actual top 250. We believe we can be there. And I was so mad that we did not win those games, because those games that's what defines a good player from a great player. Anyone else in that position was like, oh yeah, we finished second 3 times out of 5. Yeah, we play good. I'm like, no, we lost. We didn't win those games. Yeah, so far, okay, well, each of us have like 5-10 kills each. Cool. But we didn't win those games. So that's how my brain operates, and I try to understand why my brain operates like that. And maybe I'm a special snowflake. When it comes to me, I usually perform best when I have people around me that have the same mentality as me, that they give a shit. That's where I perform best. I perform best when teammates around me have the same mentality as me. It doesn't matter if they're better than me or worse than me. It doesn't matter. If they believe in the same thing as I believe, that means we're gonna play so much fucking better. We're gonna support each other and so on, because I just perform better in an environment where people agree with my stance about. Like, yeah, they have their own opinions and everything, but that's fine. But it's just like, at least the mentality is there, like not giving up and actually try to be your best player you can be, being the best player as you can be. So that's where I perform best. So that's why I was really angry at us yesterday for even finishing second 3 times. I'm like, what the fuck? No, we have to win those games, bruh. We have to win those games. And I'm a snowflake. I'm a special snowflake, and it's really hard for me to find people that have the same mentality as me. And people that I play with, like Monkey or Ray. Well, Ray is a casual boomer, so that's. But Monkey, for example, I love Monkey. Monkey is a good friend, and we play good and everything. That's fine. But I understand why he never really played the games I played. So the mistakes, for example, he has to make, I can't tell him to do this and this and that, because that's not gonna achieve anything. He has to make those mistakes himself and learn from them and improve himself, because yeah, I can tell him, but at the end of the day, he has to learn those mistakes by himself. So fortunately, we do have to lose those games. We have to finish second once in a while, because hey, that's how you learn from your losses. You know, and then you become better, better at the game. What I'm saying is like, so to be good at RedSec, it takes a lot of mental capacity to be good at RedSec, and it's not the most difficult game out there. No, it's mostly because of teammates and everything. So playing with randos on RedSec is the most infuriating thing ever, because I just bruh. And that's why my ego takes over, because okay, like I said, I want to be the best player on the server, especially when it comes to ranked modes. But I am not esports ready player. I don't have the natural talent in me like any other player. That being said, I do give a shit and I work hard to be the best player on the server, at least as much as I can. But I have to understand my limitations. I can't go in a room and fight 3 people by myself. Sometimes I can, unless they're absolute potatoes. Yes, I can. But if they're really good players, and I'm fighting 1 versus 3, I'm not surviving that. There's no chance. So that means I have to like worry about margins. If I can't fight those players head on, because they will kill me, because it's the natural beasts, demons, right? They move fast, they shoot fast, they shoot accurately. What do you do in this situation? How much aim I can improve? It's like sometimes at this point it's not about the aim, it's about just the game sense and the mentality and everything. So that's why I always try to put this to Ray and Monkey when we play with RedSec ranked. It's not about how you have to understand, we're gonna encounter players that are much better than us by a mile. They work together as a team, they move together as a team, they shoot together as a team. You have to understand that we're gonna encounter those players, which we did. We encountered those players in RedSec, in RedSec ranked. We encountered those players, and we just died instantly. And I'm trying to explain to them, if we can't win those fights head on, right, head to head, that means it's about margins. It's about fucking margins. That's why I was like mad at them at one point. Like, we were sandwiched between 2 squads, right? So we were in the middle. So 1 squad in front of us and 1 squad behind us. There was no fighting yet, but I saw that something was I saw it because I've been playing Battle Royales for a while. I saw something like, oh shit, we only have 5 seconds to move out of this position. Otherwise, we're gonna get fucking cooked. And I told them, we have to move now. Otherwise, we're gonna get sandwiched by people. I don't know if they never heard me, or they did not see the danger, or they were just so focused about the squad in front of us trying to get those kills. They completely did not pay attention that, hey, a squad might be coming from behind and start shooting us. And of course, that's what happened. They died while I moved as soon as in those 5 seconds. That's what I'm saying. 5 seconds, maybe 3 seconds. Whatever the case may be, margins matter. So if you see something or feel something that you need to move, or whatever the case may be, you have to move now. So if you want to compete against the best players in the world, margins fucking matter. They matter. They just matter. Like that moment where they got sandwiched between 2 squads. I told them, we have to move, otherwise we're gonna die. I don't know if they never heard me, or they tried to kill the players, whatever, or tunnel vision, right? And of course they died and everything, and I was the only one alive. Somehow I think I've managed to squeeze us to 3rd spot or 4th spot, I don't remember. But I just remember that moment. I told him like, oh yeah, we were sandwiched. And I'm like, and I was telling him, like, yeah, margins, my dude, margins, because you took your fucking time for 3 seconds more. If you just did not waste those 3 seconds, you'll be probably alive. And that's why we have to compete. And that's the shitty part that's the shitty part, that, hey, we're not the best players on the server. We're not the best players on the planet. We can't, save ourselves from just pure raw skill of us shooting a gun. That's not gonna be enough. We have to do better. We have to be smarter. We have to worry about every single second margin, whatever the case may be, right? We have to worry about every single margin. because that's what determines if we finished first on the server or fifth, or whatever the case may be, right? That's all it is, margins. Now, a lot of people listening to this podcast thinking like, wow, this is so hardcore. I just want to play some fucking Battlefield, some RedSec, right? I just want to relax. Well, here's the thing: if you're playing ranked mode, you need to give a fucking shit. That's the thing. Like, that's what always been my life. Like, I always gave a shit about my performance, and when I don't perform, I get really mad at myself, because what's the point? I'm here for a reason. I'm here to compete. You know, not, hey, I'm not gonna be professional. I'm just saying, I'm a 30-year-old man, right? With a wife and everything. I'm not gonna be a professional esports player. Don't get me wrong. But that does not mean that I should not give a shit and just give up. No, I'll do my fucking best. And I do believe I can be one of the best, at least in that bracket somewhere. But I need to compensate. Like, I have to compensate with others. Like, hey, if I can't win head-to-head, that means I need to worry about margins. I need to put myself in situations where I will be advantageous against these players. You know? There will be moments where I'm going to be in a disadvantage, but that doesn't mean I can't put myself in a situation where it gives me more chances to survive and win the game. And that's why it is with competitive and ranked modes in general in any game. Margins fucking matter. And that's what people don't understand. Like, I played a lot. Well, should I mention now? Yeah, I'll mention now. I played RedSec with loads of people. I met some people and everything, and I don't play with them anymore because they just don't see the full picture. They don't, like, they want to land golf course. Okay, why are you landing golf course? Like, the whole squad, they want to land golf course because it's their spot. Okay, why? Doesn't have any loot. We have to fight other squads for it, and half of our squad dies. So what we achieve? We achieve nothing, and we're still looting for loot because there's not enough loot for everyone and everything. Then, and me and Monkey, of course, we land our spot because we know that spot. We know where the loot is. We know how much loot there is, and we know there's gonna be enough loot for everyone. Now, playing RedSec ranked, we realized, which is a different topic entirely, our spot is not really good for quads because there's not enough loot for everyone. That's the problem. But yeah, like, it's all about margins. It's all about fucking margins. And I just perform best when people are in the same mentality as me. But a lot of people just don't understand. Like, they think they're good enough, but they don't think beyond that. Like, oh, he's a sweat. Oh, I fucked up here. Oh, he's bad. He has bad, gun skills than me. Think a bit deeper. You could have probably won that game if you took a bit of different positioning or took a different route, whatever the case may be. That's what people can't analyze themselves. It's always black and white, and it never is. You know, it never is. Sometimes I overthink. Sometimes I do agree that sometimes I overthink, but yeah, it's just one of those things that I'm really competitive, and it's all about margins. That's the thing. If you want to be good in first-person shooters, especially in battle royales, margins fucking matter. They just matter. Like, if you're not the best player on the world with natural talent, margins fucking matter. If it's 2 seconds, 5 seconds, or a specific route by at 5-10 meters, all of that fucking matters. That will determine if you're gonna be the best player on the server or best player on the server, whatever the case may be, right? Margins fucking matter, and people have to understand that. I remember I had an argument with someone, like, random squad meet that I met on RedSec, and they were pinned down by another squad because I realized we're playing against a squad that is really organized. They know what they're doing, and we're here in the corner just taking pot shots. Why are we taking pot shots? Like, and of course, I like, listen, we have to move right, otherwise we're gonna get fucking sandwiched, and we need a chance, some sort. We need something to win this game, otherwise we're gonna be dead. And of course, they died because they got sandwiched and everything, and that squad. And then we had a shouting match, basically, like, you always do what you're going to the right way. You're not helping us because you're gonna get fucking killed in the like, it's like margins. People, margins. As soon as you give them 5 seconds and you know you don't have the advantage, you're gonna fucking die. And of course they died. And I tell them, we have to move now or we fucking dead. Margins. Margins. And of course, I don't play with them anymore because douchebag is decided to be a douchebag because, God forbid, he learns from his own mistakes. But anyway. And of course, I'm not perfect, don't get me wrong, but again, margins, you know? Want to be the best player on the server? Want to get those fucking points against the best players in the world? Boy, you better fucking put some work in there because your natural talent is not going to carry you all the way to the victory. A lot of people think they have the natural talent. You don't. That's the problem. So, lesson number one, put how good you think you are, lower that. You know, lower yourself even more because you have to be realistic with your own skills and talents. That's the thing. So, anyway, let's talk about, so RedSec, you want to be the best? Margins. You want to be the best RedSec ranked player? Margins. That's all it is. Okay, let's talk about the actual RedSec mode in general. Okay, before we continue, just guys, thank you guys for listening to this podcast. If you're still listening half an hour in, me rambling about whatever this is, thank you guys so much. Patreon.com/TheLankySoldier. Check out for extra content, extra, early access and extra videos, all that kind of stuff, extra episodes. Check it out. Just give us a support. $2 or $5. The link is Patreon.com/ oh my god, I can't speak. Patreon.com/TheLankySoldier. That's Patreon.com/TheLankySoldier. Support us. If you really enjoy the show, support us. It helps us out. Like I said, without you guys, this show would not exist. So, okay, anyway. Battlefield RedSec ranked. So, I was excited for all of this. Because, hey, a proper official ranked mode in Battlefield. We never had that. Well, we had it in Hardline, but that doesn't count. A proper ranked mode officially released to Battlefield. And it's starting with Battle Royale quads. So, me, Monkey, and Ray, we did play together. We had actually a full squad. So, I personally played. I played solos with randos. So, I matchmaked solo with randos. Me and Monkey matchmaked with 2 randos. Me, Monkey, and Ray, and with a rando. And we had a full squad. So I played all the experiences I could get as an individual. As an individual player, I played everything that is possible with Battlefield RedSec ranked. So that's that. So I experienced all of it. So the whole presentation of RedSec ranked, I think is good. It's nothing revolutionary, don't get me wrong. Like, hey, you go on RedSec ranked, you play on, you click on this, you press matchmake, you can check the rules, the point distribution and everything and all that kind of stuff. Like, it explains the rule sets, it shows you the rewards. If you reach this rank and level, you're gonna get this reward and you're gonna get that and so on. And that's fine. The whole presentation of Battlefield ranked RedSec is fine. Like, I have no problems. Now, the rewards are hit and miss. Some of them are real cool. The emblems, I love the emblems that you can get. The emblems are really cool. That's fine. I have no problem with that. But when it comes to just other rewards like the camos or the banners or that's kind of shit. For example, the camos. I'm glad we have finally getting camos that just to unlock for reaching a specific rank. But the camos themselves are so tame, so boring. I'm like, you could not tell these are some special camos comparing to the other camos we have right now. Especially with ranked camos, I think they need to be somewhat special in some shape or form. They have to pop. They have to pop as like, oh, this guy's a master. Oh, this guy's a platinum. Oh, this guy's a silver. Whatever it gets me, right? Like, don't But you know what I mean. They have to pop. And so a lot of camos that you can get by reaching specific ranks are not good enough. Some rewards, like I said, emblems are fantastic. The emblems are really, really, really cool. They're very unique from everything else we have in the game. That's great. Banners and camos, dog shit. Unfortunately, dog shit. So that's that. So when it comes to the presentation is fine, but the whole presentation of RedSec ranked is fine. When it comes to gameplay, I said it before and I will say it again. I've been saying for 2 months now. Having it quads is the worst decision ever. Now they have it. This is under the labs tag, so this is the first inaugural ranked season. This is like a test, basically. So we don't know if the level is gonna get reset next season. Whatever the case be, we don't know. But this is their first season, and it's basically under testing and seeing how it works. I said that having quads for ranked mode is absolute stupidity because it just doesn't make any fucking sense. But I understand why they decided to go with ranked. I said it 2 months ago, and I say after playing it, after reaching silver something, and I will explain about the ranking system in a moment. Playing quads is just too chaotic, and they want to keep this they want to have quads because Elite Series, the competitive 1 million tournament they're gonna have later on, is quads. So naturally, if Elite Series is quads, the ranked mode needs to be quads too, because it just makes sense. Parity wise, right? Like we need to have parity between those. Like if you're playing ranked, that means you can prepare for Elite Series or vice versa. You know, you get the idea. Problem is with Elite Series, I don't know who they ever thought about that. Elite Series is invitational only. So that means all the squads are organized. They're gonna be one call together, working together as a squad. When I matchmake to fucking ranked, I don't know who these people are. I don't know who these players are, how they play, what rank they are. The game just gives me a fucking player. And when I try to use a mic with them, which I do because I try to explain to them when we're landing and so on, because hey, it's a ranked mode, right? Sometimes they have a mic, sometimes they don't, and when they have a mic, sometimes they just decide to cuss for no fucking reason. I'm like, okay, so we're off to a good start. Great. So it's not gonna be fucking organized, and after playing solos, duos, trios, and quads, basically the whole experience, you know, as an individual, gotta hate quads. Quads, RedSec ranked quads is the fucking most horrible experience ever because nothing is organized. It's just, especially if you have shit teammates. If you get some shit teammates in quads, and you play, they die or whatever the case may be, and you're by yourself. And reviving is extremely difficult in this game for obvious reasons because it's loud and it's very limited where the revive stations are. And as soon as people are gonna see that you're reviving, and because you know it's loud and very aggressive, like notification that someone's being revived, you're just gonna get pushed on and die instantly. So reviving is kind of pointless unless you're in a really, really lucky spot and you know what there's no players around you. But if they die, you're basically playing against yourself and maybe your friend, depending. Me and Monkey, for example. Me and Monkey will play together with some 2 random players. They're absolute dog shit players. I don't know how the fuck they even... Matchmaking in general it's fucking shit. But anyway, we got 2 random players. They're absolute dog shit. They die. And we're fighting against full stack squads. I think some of them were literally platinum or master level players. They're working together clearly on Discord, or you know, organized and everything, while we just 2 versus 4, and we have no chance. Like this is the thing. No matter how good we can be or whatever, we just have no chance because the organization is not there. While the enemy team is organized, but we're not. Now, of course, we had a full stack of we had a full squad. We did have it at one point. We had a full squad. But it was such a full stack of players that one of them is going to be our father, one of them barely plays, and the other one is Monkey. Me and Monkey, fine, we can hold our own. But listen, we don't have friends that are good enough to fight the battles that me and Monkey are fighting. For example, every time Ray is in a fight, unless he has support, he's not gonna. Majority of the time, he's not gonna win a fight, because hey, nothing against him, but my dude haven't played for a while. He doesn't play battle royals that much, but we don't have friends to have a full stack on a regular basis. And Monkey, for example, he doesn't want to play ranked mode unless if it's me and him only online. And I offer him to play, hey, should we try ranked? He's like, nah, let's play duos because I don't want to play with 2 randos unless we get a third one. He doesn't want to play ranked with me because he doesn't want to play with random players. And I fully understand him. I fully get him. I fully understand him that he doesn't want to play ranked mode because of we get 2 random players that are absolute dog shit. I get that. Like, now, of course, not every time we're gonna get dog shit players, but he doesn't want to play because it's quads. So having quads alone is a big mistake for ranked. I said many times, you either have trios or duos. Duos will be quite interesting, but trios I think is the best number. Trios is the best number to have in Battle Royale ranked. They should have trios. Quads is too much. It's just too much. My friend that plays with me on a regular basis doesn't want to play ranked mode with me because it's quads. Because we're gonna get 2 random players that are absolute dog shit gonna drag us down, and we're not gonna achieve anything. While we're playing against a full stack squad. Quads alone is a big ass mistake. So that's that. So they need to make it trios or duos as bare minimum. It just doesn't work. Like, after playing for different ways for me, like solo duos, trios, and quads, after playing like with randos and without randos, quads just doesn't work. It's just too chaotic, it's too stupid. And furthermore, the scoring system. Okay, so we have quads, right? So you would imagine there will be some sort of group-based scoring system for getting your rank. Oh, no. The way this works right now, it's very individualistic. So you get a kill, you get down, you don't get the points. You need to confirm the kill to get the points. So you need to down the player fully to get the points for the kill. Cool. If no one hits that player except you, no one gets the points for, like, if you hit them with an assist, sure. If 2 players are shooting 1 player, that player down, the other player will get the assist for that. So you get 10 points for the kill, and the assist player gets 5 points. The player that assisted gets 5 points. Cool, alright, that's fine. But on the grand scale of things, if I'm playing with Monkey, realistically, we don't need our teammates. We can just go kill and make sure that we down the fucking players. The scoring is too individualistic. It's not encouraging team play whatsoever. And because the way the scoring system works, it's a very rigid system. Which is like, it's not good. It's just, it needs improve. For example, also, why we not, for example, you don't get points for placement points unless you're top 15. I think that's very high. Because there's 25 teams on the server, and you don't get any points until you're top 15. Now, in a sense, I get what they're going with, but I think it's too rigid, especially in quads. Like this, the reason I am higher level than anyone else from our little group, is because I'm usually the one that gets more kills, and because I get more kills, well, naturally I should get more points. But I'm like getting way more points than because they don't get the kills. They don't, like, whatever the case may be, right? So it's too individualistic. So if I'm playing with randos, I don't care what they do, as long as I get my points. And if I die in the top 15, that's fine. I'm already in a positive. I'm in a big positive. I'm moving up. I don't give a damn. Which is not the way to do it when it comes to ranked mode. So that's that. Also, when you get, like, I think 4 kills. So that's even the best part. So the scoring system is very individualistic. Jesus, why can't I pronounce that? Individual. It's very individual. It's based on your personal performance and fuck your squad, basically. Not only that, you have a 4 kill limit. So that means if you get 4 kills in a match, and you get more kills down, later on, you get less points for each kill. I think it's like half of it. Like, I think it halves the kills. So instead of 5, you get 10. Instead of 10, you get 5. And if you get assists, you get like 2. I don't remember. But basically, I remember I had like 10 kills in a match. And instead of like giving me those points for the kills, it actually gave me a minus because I hit some sort of limit. So you want to tell me that it's very individual system for the ranking system. So it's very individual. It only tracks your performance for the rank and fuck your squad basically. So that's one. But it also gives you a limit how many points you can get as an individual, and the limit is 4 kills. On a good day, we have 15 kills. You know, why 4? 4 is really low. You need to have like 7, 8 as a limit for, like, listen, if I get 7, 8 kills in a ranked mode in fucking quads, I should be rewarded for those fucking kills and not fucking get a minus for hitting a limit. That's kind of dumb. I kind of disagree with that. I fully disagree with that. Oh, let's talk about matchmaking for a moment. So I try to play with Ray and Monkey so we can actually progress together. I know Ray is not. At one point we're gonna lose Ray. I know at one point we're gonna lose Ray. He's gonna be outside our rank. Monkey, if he commits to play with us, with me, will he reach a certain rank? So that means Ray can't join us, or if I start to play by myself, that means at one point I will reach that like a let's say platinum. I reach platinum, right? And there's still like silver or bronze or whatever the case may be, right? They won't be able to matchmake with me because the game is gonna say, "Oh, your friends are too low rank. You can't play with them. They better either rank up or you lose some rank, whatever the case may be, right? So we can't play together because I'm a high rank." But when I matchmake, oh boy, hey, you want some silver players in your fucking game? Yeah, man, get some silver players. For example, I'm silver right now because we barely play. I think we play like, I don't know, 10 matches maybe 15, and it's just like, oh, here's some unranked players for you. Here's some newbies for you. Here's some morons for you. Oh, you can't. Oh, you want some players that. You want some friends in your squad that are much better, better ranked than you? No, you can't do that because we don't want anyone to be carried. But hey, here's some fucking douchebags, some morons in your squad. Have fun in quads. It's stupid. Listen, if we have this kind of limits at this point, and the matchmaking the way it works right now, it's just absolute nonsense. You know what? I don't care. Carry someone to fucking top 250. You know what? At this point, fine. I don't care. Let me play with my friends. Because this is the first ever season of ranked. So obviously, the player base is not there. Everyone's like at the bottom still. Like, it takes a while to put everyone in their own separate brackets, divisions, and all that kind of stuff. So that will take a bit of time. At this moment, you should be. I know other games have those limitations for obvious reasons because they don't want other people to carry them to those specific levels. But if the system is fucking individualistic anyway, who gives a fuck? That's what gets to me. So it's quads. The rankings, the scoring system is very individual to you. It doesn't want to give you. You can't matchmake with friends that are either below or higher ranked than you, but it will still give you players that are 2 or higher levels be you anyway. It's gonna give you those fucking players anyway in those fucking ranks, and the system is very individual. So if the scoring is very individual, who gives a shit what kind of players I play with? Because I'm the one that needs to get the kills, and I'm the one that needs to get assists. So it doesn't make any fucking sense. Like, why can I play with my friends that 2 divisions below me, but I get players, the same players, 2 divisions low in my squad in the fucking random matchmaking, and the scoring is very individual? That means I have to the one need to get the points, and I will not get the points because I'm basically by myself, while I get fucking idiots in my squad that basically don't know what they do and don't even do missions while I'm playing against a full stack. How that makes no fucking sense. the systems don't cooperate with each other. They don't complement each other whatsoever. It's just not good. It's just really not good. You either make the scoring system group based, in some shape or form, or you let me matchmake with any friend I want. Because they don't complement each other. How can you matchmake with me? How can you be quads? I matchmake with randos. You give me the same rank morons as my friends, basically. Well, my friend is a bronze. Okay, silver, right? My friend is a silver. I can't matchmake with him because I'm too high of a rank. But when I matchmake with randos and quads, I get random silver players. And because the scoring is very individual, that means I have to get a fucking kill against a full stack of players that I'm playing against. And my team is not helping because they're fucking silver players. Or whatever the case may be, right? So none of it makes any fucking sense. In terms of scoring, in terms of matchmaking. So it's very rough. So the presentation of RedSec is great. I like how everything looks. But because it's fucking quads, the matchmaking is whack, the scoring is too individual, it all falls apart. And I enjoy the idea of just like playing ranked and everything. And I will play more because like I said, I enjoy the competitive nature of first-person shooters. But the way it is right now, and I understand this is the first try. I get it. It's their first try. Trying to do a ranked mode. My God, you can clearly tell whoever was making this doesn't have the experience, or maybe they do have experience, but just like it's like they're learning from this. Like it's like, why can't you learn from other games that already went through this? Can you skip the learning bit and start doing the good bit? No, you have other games that you can have experience from. You can learn from them and everything. But for some reason, we have to do this dance of, okay, it's our first attempt at doing ranked mode, so it's not gonna be perfect. But you can tell this is not fucking perfect because I'm already getting mad because the matchmaking it doesn't make any fucking sense. The limitations make no fucking sense. It's individual, but there's a 4-kill limit. And squads, but matchmaking there's like, no, you can't play with your friends. And also just on top, just to give it on top, the logos themselves on drag, I did say the logos themselves are really nice and good, and I like the design. But when do you like make them smaller, when you're in matchmaking and all that kind of stuff, or in the pre-lobby, the logos are not clear what fucking rank you are, and I think the logos need improvement in terms of colors. The logos themselves, the design is fine. You just need a bad color correction, because I can barely tell the difference between a bronze player, a gold player, and a rookie, because they're very similar colors, very similar color palette, and I'm like, that's not good enough. Just you need to change the colors a little bit to make it more distinct. The design is fine, but the colors, like, I can barely tell what fucking rank they are because the color contrast is so fucking similar. It's including platinum and all that kind of stuff. Like, yeah, okay, platinum and masters, whatever, is like white, green, and red. It's a bit different. But when it comes to gold, silver, rookie, and all the or bronze, whatever, I can't remember. It's very similar color, and I could not fucking tell what fucking rank they are because the color contrast is so similar. So that's that. But yeah, I personally enjoy ranked for what it is. But my God, there's so many problems. There's so many problems of just like quads needs to be trios or duos. Scoring is too individual. I can't play with my friends because higher ranks or all that kind of stuff, right? But it still gives me players that are the lower rank as fuck. And the matchmaking in general, like it's just so many conflicting ideas and design decisions that needs to be improved. I want to believe with the second stage of this season, they will do some changes. But knowing them, looking at the track record, how RedSec was being played and improved, over the last 6 months, I am not expecting changes until season 4 as bare minimum, which sucks. That means we're stuck with this shit for until July or August, which is unfortunate. I hope they can move fast and do some quick changes because it's very frustrating right now. It's really frustrating, and that pisses me off that we have to go to this learning stage when you can skip the learning stage and just start doing good, because there's other games with history and examples and everything, and for some reason we don't learn from those games. I know Battlefield and Call of Duty or Fortnite or PUBG or whatever, they're all different games, but you can just learn from other they're different games, of course, but they have the same like ideas and similarities and nuances and context, you know. Skip the learning bit and just start doing good stuff. Easy to say than done, but that's what I'm saying. Like, just I don't understand like the all these conflicting game design decisions for this. Like I don't get it. So yeah, I personally enjoyed ranked mode, but it's just like, but I haven't played that much ranked mode because one, Monkey doesn't want to play with me because it's squads, unless we have a third one. And when it comes to the third one, Ray is gonna be a dad soon, and he's not a competitor. He's a boomer in a sense. So I can't have him. You know, I can't expect him to be with us on a regular basis. So that means we'll have to leave him behind ranks, behind a couple of ranks. While again, Monkey doesn't want to play with me because hey, we don't have a third one. And when we have it's gonna be hard to find a full stack in the first place. Like, sure, we can go on Discord and try to find someone. But like I said, I don't play well when I know that people don't have the same mentality as me. You know, Monkey, you know, kind of has the same mentality as me in a sense because he wants to win and so on. But again, humans, you know, we're all different. But if we don't find people with the same mentality of just like, yeah, we try to do our best to be good as possible, the best players on the server, like we try to win. And we learn as we go, and we don't shout at each other, we don't scream at each other, we know, because I know that it's just a game, who gives a damn, right? But we don't want some random fucking idiots and then just like start arguing about something because they think they're too good or their life depends on it. I'm like, Jesus Christ, dudes. So I play with loads of random people on mics and everything, on Discord calls. And my experiences so far when it comes to RedSec is just like, oh my god, I just hate finding people, because like just finding the right people to play with, it's like a dating site at this point. Like, thank fuck I'm taken and that I'm not on dating sites, because I will lose my fucking mind. So imagine that I have to be on a fucking dating app and try to find teammates on fucking Battlefield RedSec ranked just to play, like just to find a good match to, you know, good teammates to play with. Like, it's just, my god, I will lose my shit. I'm already losing my shit just playing with randos, and I play with people that, you know, with mics and everything. It was frustrating. You know, I had arguments, but I'm like, bruh, what is wrong with you? Just what is wrong with you? And so that's why I'm really don't want to play with anyone just randomly, because what kind of person are you? Do you care? Do you want to do your best? Do you want to work hard and be the best player on the server and work together as a team? Or you want to just put your ego out there and think you know best? You know what I mean? But yeah, RedSec ranked is fun, but my god, there's so many fucking problems that I just want to... It's really hard to deal with. It's really hard to deal with. So what I would like to see, what I would like to see to improve in RedSec. So let's talk about that. Okay, so I've been talking for an hour, so what... I'm just gonna end this for 5 minutes. So what I would like to have it improved for Battlefield ranked RedSec. Just quick suggestions while I want it to be improved. So hit registration is still a bit wonky. Like the netcode is a bit wonky. They need to improve that. It's still, they've worked on the netcode for the last 7-8 months, and I don't know if there's any improvement whatsoever. I don't know. Like, sometimes it feels the game is improving, but sometimes it doesn't. So I don't know what they can do, especially RedSec. RedSec is barely getting any updates to begin with. RedSec is like the forgotten child sometimes, and it's there for the sake of being there. Even though I know RedSec is doing numbers, well, numbers, decent numbers enough to justify for updates. But I'm like, can we have a bit more meaningful updates for RedSec? Because I just like, we need updates, like the net, especially netcode ones. We really badly need netcode updates. Weapon balancing. Oh boy, weapon balancing. DMRs and snipers are fucking OP right now in RedSec, especially in ranked mode. When you're playing against full stack and everyone are using DMRs, boy, you are melted like fucking crazy. You are melted, you are destroyed, you have no fucking chance. So weapon balancing needs a bit of work, that's for sure. I think we need to get more points for redeploys. More points. You need to give points for the redeploys. So if you want to keep this individual system just for you, not group system, like you want to be very individualistic with your scoring, fine. Let me have redeploys as way to get points, and limit it to like a certain amount. Because if we're doing redeploys, like if you go to the station or revive players, some people can abuse this and just like revive each other non-stop until you get like loads of points and just progress. You need to put a limit. So I don't know, maybe like give 5 or 10 points for a redeploy. Sorry, not revive, but redeploy. And after that, don't gives them 0. So put a limit, like put 1 or 2 as a limit for redeploys, because redeploys are so important in this game. Because it's not like in Warzone, for example, you go to your buy station and you redeploy your teammates and that's it. It's like it's not 2 clicks. It's not like you can't just throw smoke at a buy station and redeploy your teammates and that's it. So I understand why Warzone doesn't give you points for revives or for redeploys. But in RedSec, because the redeploys are so slow and so specific, how they're designed, they're loud, they're, everyone knows that you're reviving and they're slow. If you manage to get redeploy in ranked, you should get some points. You should get some ranked points for that. Limit them at 2 or something like that. Like limit at 1 or 2, at least 1 or 2 times. I don't know if it should be per player. No, I don't think it should be per player. I think it should be just for you manage to do at least 1 redeploy. You should get points, in my opinion, because it's not much different than a simple revive in Warzone. This takes commitment, and redeploys should give you some points. Limit how much you can do, how many points you can get from redeploy, because you don't want to keep redeploying players non-fucking stop and get points. That's just stupid. But put a limit how much you can redeploy and get how many points you can do. That's my suggestion. Pings, they said they improved. I have to admit, I don't see any difference. The pinging system in the game right now, they say they improved it, but I don't know if they did. Doesn't feel like they improved it, but it's kind of hard to tell for me. Like, I think they need to be a bit better. I think it is improved a little bit, but it doesn't feel like it. There needs to be loot. So if you're really sticking with fucking quads, which I hate it. If you're sticking with quads, you need more loot. You need more loot in the game. You need more stuff to loot. You need more boxes, whatever. Drop weapons on the floor if you have to. Because there's so many moments where like, here's the thing. Doesn't matter where you land. It doesn't matter. If you land at our spot, or you land somewhere else, a bigger location or a small location, doesn't matter. There's not going to be enough loot for everyone in quads. And that's the biggest problem with RedSec. Loot has always been very scarce, very limited, and that's why I never enjoyed quads in RedSec, because it's not enough for everyone. Doesn't matter which location you go, it's not enough for everyone. We need more boxes, we need more weapons on the ground, whatever. I don't care, do something. It's just, we need more loot. We just really need more loot. Already mentioned matchmaking. Yeah, we do need to matchmaking, or at least remove the requirement that I can't play with my friends, that I am higher rank or they're higher rank, or whatever the case may be, right? You need to remove the requirement. Or you improve the matchmaking that I actually don't get silver fucking players when I'm fucking platinum or diamond or whatever the case may be, right? We need to improve the matchmaking a little bit, or just just improve it. Just yeah. Also, the scoring needs to be improved. Also, I kind of don't know how I feel about. Okay, so they changed this system where you down a player, you don't get a kill for it, you don't get a stat or like you don't get points, whatever. You need to confirm the kill to get the points and get the kill. So right, if you down a player, that doesn't count anything because that player is still alive and crawling and everything, it can be revived. I don't mind this change, but at the same time, something needs to be done. Like, if you down a player, I think you should get some points. Maybe not killed like on your stat like it used to be, because some of the KDs, some of the KDs of people in this game in RedSec are inflated as fuck because of that. Because before it was just getting a down counts as a kill, and some people have really inflated KDs, so that's kind of not good. So I kind of don't mind this change, but when you down player, maybe you should get a point, but limit to like 1 or 2 times how many points you can get for downing the same player non-stop. Because I understand sometimes you can down a player multiple times and you can rank up kills and everything. So that's that. I kind of get it. So I kind of indifferent about it, so it depends. But also you need to kind of improve the UI in certain cases, because I think the UI can be a bit cleaner regarding, you know, the scoring and everything. It's nice that you have like it's there in the top right corner next to your kills and your thing, but I think it's a little bit too big. It's like I mean, do you need to have this kind of big? You can have it a bit smaller, right? It's a bit blocking my view there, and I'm like, yeah. So yeah, overall I enjoy ranked, but it's just like there's so many fucking problems and all that kind of stuff. It's kind of hard to enjoy it. And that's why me and Monkey just play duos mostly right now. And that's why we're only silver right now. Because, like, it's just quads, man. The scoring is very individual. And it's quads. And we're not going to find a full stack to play with us unless we stream or so. Just no-lifing this. But we're not. We believe we're good enough. But, and I understand you need to grind and everything. But, like, can we be a bit more reasonable here? Yeah, can we have trios? Squads is just too much. It's just like, I hate it. Just make it trios. Just make it fucking trios. If you really want to be fancy, go duos. But trios is the best way to go. Do trios, please. I beg you. It's just like, as I predicted 2 months ago, it's gonna be a fucking shit show. It is a shit show. Quads is just not fucking fun. Especially when there's not enough loot for everyone and there's not enough, you know, the lack of organization and all that kind of stuff, and the way the matchmaking works, it's not fun. It's just not fun. Also, they have, I think I mentioned that the scoring is a bit rigid, and you're like, you don't get any points until you're top 15. I think that's a very steep. Like, I understand why is it steep like that. Like, hey, if you want to get points, you gotta work for it. I get that. But it's kind of very steep for majority of players, and because it's so steep for majority of players, that's why we have loads of people at the lower ranks, still in the lower ranks, and then we have the people that really care, they're in the higher ranks, and that's why people complain that why a silver player is playing against a fucking top 250 or a platinum or masters player. It's because, well, yeah, those guys, of course, will progress faster for obvious reasons, because they're together and playing non-stop. But because the other players that just playing normally, they're still at the lower ranks, because like it is kind of steep requirement for them to get points. So that's why there's like loads of people at the bottom of the pile, while everyone else, like just individual squads, are just fucking beaming to the top. So if me and Monkey would just play non-stop and compete with those fucking runners, we will be at the top at this point. We will be, but it's just like. The scoring is a bit rigid. It needs a bit more flexibility. You kind of need to be flexible. You need to kind of be a little bit more lenient with the scoring. So that's that. But yeah, overall, it's I've been mumbling for a while. I've been mumbling for an hour and 15 minutes or something like that. It's fine what it's fine what it is, but it's just like, makes me mad that we still have to go through this dance of learning our lessons, what works and what doesn't, when in reality we have so many games out there that you can learn from and straight go to the good part instead of, you know, learning. Oh, let's try this, see how it works. Why? We already know what's gonna happen, and it's like, and then when it happens, I'm like, oh yeah, Captain Obvious, no shit, like we told you it's gonna happen. I'm not expecting any changes until season 4, but I hope coping in me, just like I want to hope we're gonna get some changes with stage 2 of this season. But I really doubt it. I really doubt it. But yeah, other than that, I don't know what to tell you because I can mumble here for another hour. Honestly, maybe I'll mumble on Patreon. And I'm sorry if I'm playing here like me playing with a pen, because it's just that's how I feel sometimes. Like I just need to touch something while I play about competitive. Like, yeah, RedSec competitive is fun, but it has loads of problems that they just need to deal with. But you know what? I'm gonna stop mumbling now because I'm gonna be talking for another hour and I need to make some food. So I'm just gonna end the show here. So thank you guys for listening. Thank you for listening to my mumbling, rumblings, whatever about RedSec ranked. I was thinking bringing Monkey and Ray to talk about this, but I realized, oh no, it's gonna be difficult because of the recording times and how much can be said and all that kind of stuff. So maybe for the next one. So yeah, it's just yeah. Anyway, I'll talk those on Patreon I'll talk on the Patreon episode at this moment. So yeah, so thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for listening to my mumbling and ramblings about competitive Battlefield, competitive RedSec. I hope you enjoyed what I had to say. Please let me know your thoughts and everything, because this was a bit more casual conversation and more casual observation what's happening with RedSec. So thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for supporting. Check out our Patreon, patreon.com/TheLankySoldier. That's patreon.com/TheLankySoldier. Use the free trial for all the extra content, all the extra stuff, all that kind of stuff. Use a free trial is there for a reason, because I believe we have good enough content for you to stay. So use it, enjoy it, and you're gonna have your name at the end in the support page. So that's good. So yeah, thank you guys for support. Thank you for listening. Thank you guys for listening to my mumblings. I will see you guys on the next episode. I have no idea what the next topic is right now, but we'll see. Until then, we'll see you guys on the next episode. Stay casual, I guess. I don't know. Don't be a douchebag don't be a douchebag. Be nice. And I'll see you guys on the battlefield. So, thank you guys for listening. We'll see you on the next one. Bye.